Hello and welcome to Drawing with Eden and
Mikali.
Kieran.
Yes, we have Kieran on to give us a challenge. Kieran. Kieran, what is our challenge today?
Right, okay, so the challenge I've got for you today is to draw a main character each. Mikali, your main character is from a world where everyone is a bird. And Eden, your main character is at war with Mikali's. It can be whatever animal you like, but it definitely cannot get along with the bird. I want you each to draw them in a manga style. Okay.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah,
So-
and this is a main character from something you're writing, isn't it?
Yeah, from a sci-fi novel. Honestly, I'm really
Okay.
interested to see what you guys come up with.
I'm going to say obviously birds are in the sky. The opposite of the sky is the ground, so I'm going to go with the mole, I think.
Okay. Bird.
Yeah, what have you got a particular bird you're going for?
I think just one of those ones with a beak and some feathers, you know?
I've heard of them.
Yeah.
Quite rare, aren't they?
No, I'm going to go with like a humanoid sort of bird-looking creature.
So I'm going to do mine coming from the ground, I think. I just want to work on
Nice.
these lines. So,
Nice.
cool. Have you been writing this for a while?
Yeah, so I kind of just needed something to keep me busy during lockdown. So I kind of just started it as a hobby and just kind of gone from there really. Just kept writing every week.
Yeah. What are your sort of plans with it? Is it something you're planning on publishing or releasing, or?
If it turns out all right, maybe I could publish it, but just have to wait and see.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, potentially after this, you might actually have some official art to use for a cover.
Yeah, this is going to
So,
be really
yeah.
useful.
So, I mean, I've already got a name that I'm thinking, which is going to be Ace in the Mole.
Nice.
Obviously, that's a great pun on moles. So what sort of conflict do these guys have then? Is it like, are they just fighting all the time, or like maybe were they friends once?
I don't know, well, have birds and moles ever been friends? I think they might just have been natural born rivals, to be honest.
I feel like just because of the natural order, these guys never ever got on.
I mean, it could be just one of those stories of where obviously they live in such different worlds, they almost didn't know each other exists, maybe, or they didn't know each other
Yeah.
exists, and so when they found out about each other, they're like, wow, these guys are just naturally, obviously evil because they're different to us. And what a message that is for today. I think. Although not everything has to go so deep, I don't think. But honestly, though, I find it really annoying when, I don't know, would be in English or something, and then the classic examples is, right, the author says the curtains are blue, and the teacher's like, what does this mean? What's the deeper meaning? Does it mean that there's an inherent sadness or something like that? And actually, the curtains are blue.
I know what you mean.
That's literally all it is. The first thing when I
cool.
think of a mole
I'm
is
liking
the Underminer from the end of Incredibles.
I think of he's called the Mole from Atlantis. Have you ever seen that film?
I actually haven't. I know there's
What?
the blue woman with the grey hair.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know if she is blue.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, she's blue.
is that Atlantis? Is that...
Yeah, that's Atlantis.
And then there's the dweeb with the glasses, right?
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, Milo.
The skinny dweeb, Milo. Yeah, and that's all I know.
Yeah. Oh, what?
Yeah, I don't know
How
much
about you,
more than
Kieran?
that.
Have you seen it?
No, I've never seen it. Sounds nuts though. Might have to give it a watch.
Yeah, you'll have to give it a go. It's a cracking film that no one knows about because it's that good.
I decided I would still do some sort of steampunky thing, so I've given him a drill for an arm,
Oh yeah, that's
He's
cool.
facing back. But let's do his underground lair, I think. Obviously, as I feel like with anime, there's like two different directions for like male main character, which is either really skinny and slender or absolutely ripped.
That's true, actually. Yeah, there's
I'm
not a
going
lot
for
of
the-
in between, really, is there?
That's how all men look. I'm obviously on the super ripped side. Don't fact check that.
Yeah.
No, but mine's going the ripped thing. Which category is yours in, Mikali?
Mine's actually the slender, so
Ah.
this worked out quite well. I feel like.
So they would be.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
what sort of a kingdom does your Birdman have?
I don't know, Kieran. What? So you say it's a kingdom just of birds,
Yeah.
and I'm drawing a humanoid bird creature. But do they live amongst just average birds also?
Yeah, I think so. In their world, they have just the kind of the intelligent species of bird, and then kind of just the standard species of bird as well. Kind of like they keep as
Right,
pets
no.
or whatever.
They keep them as
Yeah.
pets.
Maybe.
Oh,
Well, they
I see.
they do their
It's
bidding
not as
for
even
them,
in this
possibly.
country, is it? Yeah. Just throw a bird at someone they don't like. So I mean, in my mole kingdom, there are a few things which are certain, but one is that we don't like birds. Birds are really annoying and bad. I don't like how they don't have arms and how they have no ability to dig.
That's where you're slightly wrong. We do eat fish, yeah, that's true, but that's where you're slightly wrong.
I bet you got really smelly breath because of that. Go on. What are you going to say to
What
that?
do you eat?
Unflawed logic.
Mud.
I don't think these other moles are going to be as, I don't know, well drawn, I think. But here's a little mole who's just got a gun. Do you have any anti-mole technology, Mikali? Oh, that's a terrible mole. Such an awful drawing.
Any anti-mole technology?
Yeah.
Yeah, plenty.
Such as?
The standard. You know how.
Oh, this is all talk, isn't it? You ain't got nothing.
I have so much. Hold on, let me just try and remember how much I've got.
Frantically googling anti-mole technology.
Yeah, I've got some mole traps, a bit like the standard mouse trap, but you just put them underground. I've got the worm on the end of a little fishing rod, and you just sort of catch moles like that, take them captive and study them.
I see. Okay.
Like test rats.
If it wasn't clear now, it's so obvious that peace was never an option. I'll have you know, in regards to how we get rid of birds, first of all, we have quite a lot of anti-bird propaganda. So we have signs that say birds are dumb, which obviously will really start hacking away at your self-worth and value. Secondly, what I'm drawing now is what we call the ABC, which stands for anti-bird catapult. It's going to fling like old cartoon bombs, like, you know, the ones that are just a circle with a little fuse. Yeah.
I know the ones.
Kieran, do you have any good suggestions for what would be good at taking down birds?
I feel like you could really aggravate them if you start putting some eggs into the catapult at some point.
Yeah, I think that's
like get inside their heads a bit.
I mean, because what we're actually getting into now is actually just angry birds and the whole plot of angry birds. Yeah, the weird green pigs, they obviously steal the eggs of the birds and they're like, oh, that's not very good. So then they that's why they throw themselves at their buildings.
I feel like there might be a lawsuit at some point if I wrote that into the book.
Yeah. Disgruntled flying things.
I'm trying to decide a name for my character. I think Kieran, what's the Japanese word for egg?
Tamago or something like that, isn't it?
I think it is tamago, along the lines
That's
of that.
where Tamagotchi comes from.
Well, this is what I brought up with one of my friends. Apparently, it's completely unrelated, but I'll trust him because he lived in Japan for a while. So
was this Brandon?
Yeah.
Well. According to Bandai, the producers, the name is portmanteau, combining the two Japanese words tamago, which means egg, and ochi, which means watch. So it literally means egg watch. Take that, Brandon.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
I'm publicly calling out Brandon. 1v1 me on Rust. Knives only.
Oh, don't even say that. He'll be
Yeah,
able
I
to
know.
Really take you up on that.
The only game that I'm actually kind of good at is Smash Bros, but obviously Brandon is also like a champion, so I don't think.
Yeah.
But I played him once. Yeah, it didn't go very well. I think he played medium. Apparently, me playing at my best is like equal to his medium or his casual, which is good. But when he goes into pro mode, then it's like destruction, and so that's sad. So I won't. In fact, I retract any statement. I'm sorry. I've got another thing to trap you. As we discussed in a previous episode where we had to draw supervillains based on the periodic table, Mikali decided to draw a human statue, and birds are drawn to human statues. So we're going to have one of them, which is like a scarecrow.
A scarecrow? Oh, no.
I don't know whether it's a human statue yet or whether it's a scarecrow, but essentially it's like a scarecrow covered with spikes, so that if you do try and land on it, you'll get hurt. But I don't know what to do for a head. Something to attract birds, really.
Just put some seeds down or something.
Yeah, I'll do like one of those. I'll do a bird feeder.
For a head?
Yeah.
That's horrible. That's so mean.
That's the way warfare goes. But I don't know what else to add.
Well, I was thinking, just kind of like flesh out the world a bit. I was like,
Okay.
in their downtime, when they're not at war with the birds, like, what do you reckon would be like a mole's kind of downtime? Do you reckon they go to a bar?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. What do little bars have? They have things on tap, don't they? So I'm going to do this. What do bartenders look like?
I reckon he's got to have a waistcoat, hasn't he?
Yeah, waistcoat and a bow tie.
That's not what bartenders look like.
In a classy place.
Getting close now.
Oh, good. Well, I've done my little mole. See, this is the thing. In my mind, moles have eyes, but they don't.
Well, I think they've got minuscule eyes. They're completely blind, pretty much, anyway.
I'm going to do a tiny eye then. There you go. What do you think of that, Kieran?
Yeah, that's perfect. You're going to draw a tiny monocle as well to go on the
Oh,
tiny
yeah.
Right, well,
See, Kieran gets class.
what?
Yeah, I think I'm done. Are you done, Mikali?
Yeah, I think I'm done, yeah.
Perfect. Kieran, whose would you like to see first?
Oh, yeah, we'll go with yours and Eden. Let's have a look.
Perfect. So this is Ace in the Mole here. He's the leader, which you can tell by the crown. There's two things these moles do. There's work, which is destroying all birds, and there's play, which is why they've got a little bar down here.
Oh,
So-
nice.
What will happen is after a day of going out and attacking birds, they'll come home for a nice drink, but rather than saying cheers, they say birds are dumb, because they are. This is down in this little corner on the bottom left. There's a little mole with a gun pointing it at the bar for some reason. Up here on the top right, you've got the anti-bird catapult with a little mole. You've got a basket of eggs with a bomb hidden in it. And also we've got our scarecrow, which has a bird feeder for the head. It's covered in spikes.
That's so horrible.
But that's what you get for being a bird.
And so you think that if even if all the birds did manage to make it down through, or one of them managed to make it down through, that they'd stand no chance against your buff mole?
Well, yeah, and if they don't get past him, then that's where you've got the little mole with the gun at the bottom.
You couldn't be more wrong. I am scared of that mole with the gun there.
Yeah, he's actually the
That
most
is-
dangerous.
Yeah.
There we go. Well, that's mine. Mikali, shall we have a look at yours?
Go on then. But we've obviously got one of the birds that lives amongst them, and then we got Tamago.
Oh, you've actually got a
His
proper
name's
man.
just-
Okay.
His name is just Egg, essentially. Yeah. Yeah, he's the hero of the bird kingdom. The not necessarily like the king, but the protagonist of the story. I feel like. Yeah. He's got arms and wings, sort of like a humanoid sort of bird. With some sweet anime eyes.
I think that's pretty cool. I like the pose as well. I am going to note that the little bird doesn't have a gun, so yeah.
What are you talking about?
Well, but yeah, Kieran, seeing both of them, what do you think?
Well, it's gonna be a tough battle for both sides. Mixed birds got some sharp claws, but I'm not sure how it's gonna fare against a drill on a buff mole. I think what sells it for me is that little mole with the gun. I feel like he's gonna play a big role in the story.
Given that this is a manga, even though we've got all these weapons, obviously the real thing is going to be the friends we made along the way.
Yeah.
It's true.
Well, thank you both for joining me once again. Yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.